I'm Alexa Schwerha with Campus Reform, and you're watching 5 Big Questions. Today I am so excited to sit down with Skyler Culbertson. She is a student at the College of William & Mary and the president of Tribe for Life, the school's pro-life student group. Skyler's chapter quickly became the focus of pro-abortion harassment after advocating for life throughout the semester. She's joining me now to discuss the abortion movement on campus and how her group is working to oppose it. Skyler, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, of course.
So the College of William & Mary really came into the focus with this topic earlier this semester after urine was thrown on pro-life students. Your chapter also was thrown back into the controversy after a Cemetery of the Innocents display was vandalized on campus. Has anything like this happened to your group before?
Absolutely, yeah. Last semester, we all experienced some harassment. There's a social media platform called Yik Yak, and they were attacking us on there. So it's nothing new, it's just something different every time.
Absolutely. And why do you think that pro-abortion students are allowed to get away with this type of behavior?
Yeah, I think it just comes down to William and Mary being a very liberal school, and the administration supporting students that support abortion. I think finally we are seeing the police department taking a step and trying to fix things and investigate. But that's only after, we really, we just talked to them and we're like, you have to treat us the same. And I think finally we're seeing them stepping in. So it's good to see that.
Well, that's definitely some positive news there. But since the overturn of Roe v. Wade, there's been a target on crisis pregnancy centers, and I kind of want to talk more about this. So the College of William & Mary student paper published an article in September which claimed that these centers outnumber abortion clinics in Hampton Road 2-1. Why would this be portrayed as a negative thing?
Yeah, that is honestly a great question. And I think it really comes back to they call themselves pro-choice, but then when women have choices, they're totally against that. And I think that's incredibly revealing to women, and that should tell them everything they need to know about people that are so-called pro-choice. But yeah, there's no reason why they should be against, there being options for women, and Planned Parenthood rarely offers ultrasound. So, when women go to Planned Parenthood, they're most likely not going to choose life. They're going to go to get an abortion because that's what Planned Parenthood is, and that's what they aim to do, right? Is to make money. So I don't see any reason why students should be against women having options and getting those free ultrasounds and having access to that.
Now, you've recently spoken out against a student government vote to subsidize Plan B on campus. What do you want students to understand about that vote?
Yeah, so I think that there's just a lot of misinformation around Plan B. And actually, if you go and look at a Plan B on the back of the label, it says that it works 3 ways. It has it can work one of 3 ways. And one of them is it prevents implantation. So at that point, fertilization has already occurred. So we know because of science, that science states that because a life begins at fertilization, that would be an abortifacient. And I think so many people don't realize that Plan B has the ability to be an abortifacient. And I think that's something that we need to make students aware of. And the fact that we as a school are funding an abortifacient is crazy. And I think, we need to prevent that at all costs.
Skyler, how can students join the pro-life movement on their own campuses?
Yeah, so there's so many different ways to become a part of the pro-life movement. So, we see people volunteering at, CPCs, pregnancy resource centers. We see people doing sidewalk advocacy, sidewalk counseling at Planned Parenthood, being a resource to women going to those abortion clinics and providing them resources to refer them to CPCs. They can do just regular activism, going to protests and tabling like we often do on campus, having conversations with students, trying to change their minds. So there's just so many avenues in the pro-life movement, and I think everybody kind of finds their thing and what they like to do. And I think that's kind of one of the most incredible things about the pro-life movement. It's just so diverse.
Skyler, thank you so much for your time and for the work you're doing on campus.